What's up, guys? Welcome to the Delivery Guy Show. Thank you so much. 4,000 subscribers. We've reached 4,000 subscribers. So I wanted to say thanks to every single one of you guys. Thank you to every person that leaves a good comment, every person that has subscribed and liked a video. You guys have carried me all the way to here. Thank you so much for being a part of this and watching the show. Thank you, subscribers. 4,000. This is unbelievable. So, I have to report to you guys what's been going on with me since New Year's. I haven't made a video in a few weeks, and around New Year's Eve, I got sick with COVID-19. I haven't been sick in like 4 years, guys. I am a really healthy guy. I never got sick with COVID-19 the whole time. And then around New Year's Eve, when I woke up in the morning, I felt terrible. I had plans on working a $200 shift on New Year's Eve. I was going to be done by 8:30 at night. Those plans were shot. I felt so terrible. The only way that I could compare the way that I felt when I first got sick was if I had been ran over and trampled by horses. My body hurt so bad that I couldn't get out of bed. I felt terrible, guys. I felt so terrible. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because eventually I had to go back to work. I was out of work for like 10 days. That's how sick I was. And when I went back to work, I was suffering from some major brain fog. I just wasn't with it. My mind wasn't focused. I was like half asleep is the way that I felt. I felt like there was like a veil in between me and reality. And it was just hard to stay focused and multitask. And so I had a really bad delivery and I messed it up. And now I have a warning from Uber Eats. And it's a scary warning. I've only gotten this warning one time before in my 2,000 deliveries. So yeah, I had a bad night and I just wanted to tell you guys the story. So it's about 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. I ended up getting this order for nearly $20, $19 to go to a coffee shop that is a bikini hot girl espresso. So not only did I feel fortunate that I had a $20 offer and I was going to be able to accomplish this thing in like 30 minutes. I knew it. I was like, this was a good order, man. And you know that I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to fuck it up somehow. And I did. Okay, so I get to the coffee shop and I get 3 coffees and I'm supposed to put them in my drink carriers. I have a tub in my trunk with a cardboard box and I have a stack of drink holders. Feeling the pressure like I need to get these drinks in the trunk and get the hell out of there. I don't want to loiter and hang about and bother her or whatever. So I have this thick stack of drink carriers. I put the 3 coffees in there and I know from experience that I need to unstack the drink carriers because they won't hold the cup. If it's stacked too tall, it's too strong. And when you try to stick the cup in there, it only holds the bottom of the cup and then the drink can just pop out. And I knew this, but I felt the pressure, like social pressure that I needed to get away from this girl and leave her alone. I needed to pull away. And so I drove like as if I had a trunk full of nitroglycerin. I drove so carefully to the next pickup. All right, so when I was picking up the coffee, I got a second offer on Uber Eats for the same customer, $15 to pick up Chinese food and to take it to the same customer. So my next spot that I had to drive to was this Chinese restaurant. I drove like I had a trunk full of nitroglycerin. I was driving like MacGyver, really slow. I mean, over every little bump, I drove carefully. When I got there, the first thing I did was check the trunk. I knew them fucking coffees fell over. I looked in the trunk. Here's where I made my mistake. When I seen that the coffees had spilt over, I was in a panic. Let me remind you that it is 16 degrees outside. It was so cold. The wind chill was 7. So I'm out looking in the trunk and it's freaking cold. And I suddenly panicked because the coffees spilled. I was looking with my phone with my flashlight on. It was dark. When I film at night, I use my light. So for some reason, the light on my phone, the flashlight, was telling my brain that I was filming video. I thought that I was filming video of this order, but really I was just shining a flashlight on the order. Oh. So I didn't film the coffee spilled. I panicked and I called Uber support. And they said, you're going to have to cancel that part of the order. I was freaking out. I was like, no, I can't lose this order. What was it for? $19? I can't lose this $19 coffee order. The customer's going to be so mad because I still have to take the Chinese food to the customer, which means I have to talk to them personally about this coffee. So Uber tells me that I need to photograph the damaged order. But this is after I already spazzed around and tried to put it back together. See, I tried to put the order back together so that I could maybe still hand it off to the customer, but it looked like 2 of the coffees had spilled halfway out. So when Uber asked me to present a photo of this order, the only photo that I had for them was the order being put all back together. And it was looking all dry and put back together with coffees that were only halfway full. In other words, it looked like I drank the coffees. I messaged this customer. I sent them a lot of messages explaining what happened. And when I got to their apartment, I just gave them the damaged coffee order. Even though the order had been canceled, I gave them all 3 coffees. One of the coffees wasn't even damaged. They weren't too happy about it, but they ended up giving me an extra tip on the dinner part of the order. So it was for $15 to bring them the Chinese food. They gave me $17. I guess they were happy with the fact that they got the coffee for free and they still got the Chinese food. And I was honest. I didn't keep the coffees. So, hey, I thought that I had done the right thing. When I was driving away, I was so mad because I thought that I got some cancellation payment. And when I checked the Uber app, I got the majority of the coffee delivery. For some reason, Uber gave me something like $13, $14 for canceling the coffee. I don't know why. But the next day I get a notification that's saying that I'm committing fraud on Uber Eats. They think that I kept the coffee and drank it. I filmed the drop-off. So I let these guys know. I get into the Uber app and I send them an email message saying, guys, I did everything right. I messed up. It was an honest mistake. And I even gave them the coffee. And this girl from support sends me this message that says that you're no longer able to drive for Uber Eats because of this. She said that my cancellation rate was way too high. And I only have a 1% cancellation rate. She went into this whole thing explaining about how my version of cancellation rate on the app is out of every 200 orders and stuff. I don't know why that matters because I only have a 1% cancellation rate and they're threatening to deactivate me. I consider myself to be a professional driver. I drive full time and I do my best. So a threat of deactivation, that's a big deal to me. That's like ruining my life. That's going to ruin my life. If I lose Uber Eats, that is my primary source of income right now to pay my bills. I am really counting on DoorDash and Uber Eats right now because GrubHub has nothing for me. For some reason, I've been on the wait list for Instacart for over a year, and Spark is not taking me back. So naturally, I had made up my mind that I'm not going to cancel any Uber orders after that. But you know what happened the very next day? I'm showing up at restaurants that are freaking closed, and I'm having to cancel Uber orders. They said that I have a suspicious number of canceled orders on my account, but when I was looking back in my camera roll to verify this, I really didn't have that many cancellations. I cancel when the restaurant's closed or when some other driver has already picked up the order. Now, if you watched the last video of mine, I canceled an Uber order because I got a better order on DoorDash, but I was 6 miles away from that Safeway when I canceled it. So there's no way that I picked up the order and kept it and committed fraud. I'm having such a frustrating time because this is my weekend and I'm sitting here wondering if I'm going to get deactivated. I have to wait and see. And that's the most frustrating part. Some person from support sends me some message that says you're going to lose access to the platform, but I haven't. I'm still able to drive. And I got my fingers crossed. And I really need this, guys. I really need to have DoorDash and Uber Eats. That's my primary source of income. I don't think I could cut it at the 9 to 5, man. I don't want to go do the 9 to 5 rat race. I got to make these gig apps work. I need to get on Instacart. A couple months ago, I got access to Amazon Flex, but I was still working for Walmart. And so I didn't take that opportunity because the Amazon warehouse is like 8 miles away from here. And it wasn't strategically going to make sense. But now I'm wishing I had Amazon. Now I'm able to pull off a $200 day, but it takes nearly 10 hours. And I really want to make that in like 7 or 8 hours. So I'm trying to perfect my dollar per hour rate, and I'm trying to master my market. I'm definitely committed to doing a better job. I am not going to be canceling Uber orders unless I have to. And I'm doing my best. I have never kept a customer's order personally. Even when the order's canceled, I just give it to the homeless. I don't need their food and I don't need their coffee. And that's exactly what I told them in my message. I said, you know what, guys? I'm a full-time driver and I wouldn't risk that. I wouldn't risk it for some free coffee or a free dinner. It's not worth it. Not worth it to me. My family relies on the money that I make at DoorDash and Uber Eats. I'm not going to risk it for a free coffee. So anyway, that's what's been going on with me. I got really sick, and then I got back to work and got some scary notifications. So I'll be back to work this week, and hopefully I will have Uber Eats because that's the app, man. That's my main app in this neighborhood. That's the one that's been getting me good orders. Fingers crossed, guys. So I'll be saying my prayers, and we'll see what happens this coming week. Let me know if you guys have gotten some notifications like this in the past. All right. Until next time, it's Delivery Guy out. Hey there. So these are the coffees. And like I said, it got canceled, so okay. That one didn't even fall over. Like I keep it in a plastic tub and the thing fell over, but it did, like that one didn't leak at all. Okay. Yeah. I apologize about that. Okay. And so, do you have the number for the
7971?
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.